Hello! In this video, we're going to go over number 117, Banana Boat Song. We're going to look at the different elements of the piece, we're going to practice little sections of it like we would in class, and then at the end of the video, I'll play through the whole thing with a metronome. So first, let's look through the elements of this piece. We're on 117, Banana Boat Song, Essential Elements, Book 1, page 30. So first thing I look at is the key signature. I see in that key signature that I have two sharps, F sharp and C sharp. That's going to inform my finger patterns, as well as going to tell me that we are in the key of D major. The next thing I'm going to look at is the time signature. I see the letter C, indicating that we're in common time, and that's going to be very similar to counting 4/4 time, or 4 beats per measure. The interesting thing about Banana Boat Song is the road mapping. Okay, how does this piece go? And it's explained in the orange box above Banana Boat Song, but if we look at this piece, when we get to the end of line 2, we see that it says D, C, all fine, and that there's no double bar line. So the DC stands for da capo, which means that we go back to the beginning, and the all fine means to the finish. So go back to the beginning, then play to the finish. So when we get to the end of line 2, we're going to go back to the beginning of the piece, and we're going to play those first 4 measures again until we see fine, which means finish, and you'll notice that there's also a double bar line. So now let's take a look at the different measures of this piece. If I look very closely at measures 3 and 4, I can also see that I can play that's okay. And then I'll also see that measures 7 and 8 look very similar. In fact, they're exactly the same. And on top of that, measures 11 and 12 are exactly the same as well. So that makes life really nice for us. If we can learn how to play just measures 3 and 4, we'll learn 6 measures right away. So let's try speaking our note names out loud for measures 3 and 4. Here we go. 1, 2, speak out loud, and D, D, D sharp, 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 E, D, E, E, D. Good. If you need to repeat that, pause the video here, repeat that a couple more times, then come back. Let's try playing those measures. Here we go, instrument up. Okay, check your wrist. Make sure you're on the side of your face. Check your left hand wrist and your fingers. Check your bow holds. Here we go, just measures 3 and 4. 1, 2, ready, here we go. Do it again. 2, ready, here you go. Okay, measure 4 is a little tricky with that slur from the E to the D, so let's try just measure 4. It starts on a down bow. 1, 2, measure 4, ready, here you go. Let's do that again. 1, 2, ready, here we go. Okay, if you need to spend more time on measures 3 and 4, please pause. Play those 2 measures for a few minutes. Now, let's take a look at measures 5 and 6. 5 and 6 we can look at and see that not only are 5 and 6 in measures 5 and 6, they're also in measures 9 and 10. It repeats. So again, 2 measure phrases are repeating, which makes this piece easier to learn. Let's speak our note names for measures 5 and 6. 1, 2, speaking, ready, go. D, D, sharp, sharp, A, sharp, G, B, B, A. Okay, again, pause, go through that if you need to. Let's try playing measures 5 and 6. Instruments are up. 1, 2, measure 5 and 6, ready, and. Okay, one more time. 1. I'm going to use a 4th finger A for this time through. 1, 2, measure 5 and 6, ready, and. Okay, if those are tricky, go through them a few more times before you move on in the video. Now, once you can play those sets of 2 measures, you can basically play the whole piece. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to link them together. I'm going to play measures 3, 4, 5, and 6 in a row. Play along with me. Here we go. Instruments up. This is measures 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, measure 3, ready, here we go. Measure 5. Good, let's do that one more time. 1, 2, measure 3, 4, 5, and 6. And if you can do those 4 measures in a row cleanly, you can basically play the whole piece. So what I want you to do, if you feel good about those 4 measures, then you can move on with me and we're going to play through the whole piece. If you're still working on those 4 measures, pause the video here or rewind, go back, play through them a little bit more, and then come back and play it with me. But right now, I'm going to give a second. Okay, if you're ready to move on, we're going to try playing the whole piece. Remember that you have to go all the way to the end of line 2, then you go back to the beginning of the piece and you play the first 4 measures again and you finish at the fine. We're going to go nice and slow. I'll try and count out loud a little bit for you and help give you reminders of where we're going. This is the whole piece, all of Banana Boat Song. 1, 2, ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Back to the beginning. How'd you do? Hopefully you made it through. If you struggled on those measures, make sure you go back, practice them in little chunks. Remember, we always break it down into small pieces, playing 1 measure at a time, 1 note at a time. Then link them into bigger sections. Then come back and try and play through the whole thing. Hopefully this video is helpful. It reminds you a little bit of what it's like to be in class. And we'll take a look at some other ones another time. Happy practicing. Bye.